we need to make sure that we go on the road and win. But you're looking at Seattle and Miami, two of the best teams in the MLS last season. Seattle had the best defensive record. Miami won the Supporters' Shield. We knew the start of this season, the quality of the teams that we were coming up against. But we all feel within in the dressing room that our away form has to be better than it was last season, and we will be better this season. These boys know the levels that they have to be at in terms of training sessions. The coaches know the levels that we have to put the training sessions on. We have to keep pushing each other all the time to make sure as a club we're moving forward all the time. I thought our performance last week was okay. I think we're still building performances. I think individually players are still building their performances as well, and as a team that will only get better the more we get to know each other. Our job is to make sure that we're consistent while we're still forming them relationships, but getting better as well.
Off to where? Colorado?
Day 6 in Major League Soccer from the Rocky Mountains and Dick's Sporting Goods Park. It's the Colorado Rapids and Charlotte FC.
They've been really tough to beat. I know their last result was their first defeat of the season. They got beat at home 3-0 by Portland, but up until then they'd won 2 and drew 2. But it's going to be a different game for us. We haven't yet won on the road, and that's one thing that we have to go and do. So, it's a great challenge for us.
There is the whistle. We are underway on this Saturday afternoon. It's the Colorado Rapids and Charlotte FC.
We felt like we were getting in great positions.
First half, I think Wolf's cut inside, played it to Pepe, he's played it over the defender's head, and Patrick gets in. I think he tries, he's in two minds whether to square it for Liel or go for goal, and just rolls past the post.
The centering pass all the way through the box and out of play.
I felt we just let ourselves down with that final ball at times.
It was one of them days where the final pass was overhit or not quite the right decision. We need to find that consistency.
Abada sprung free. Achiman goes down. Abada trying to hold on to it. Abada now for Zaha. Zaha weaving. Wilfred Zaha, big deflection. No goals to speak of through the first 45 minutes. And as we hit the break, it is 0-0 in just the third ever meeting between Charlotte and Colorado.
And then second half, we've had so many 4v3 situations where we didn't work the goalkeeper and end up with a good chance. And that's the disappointing part, because that was at 0-0. Once we bypass their midfielders and find a ball through the lines, you'll end up with a 4v3, and we had 3 or 4 of them but didn't convert it.
Sliding it forward, it's Achiman. Achiman saved!
We've got to make the most of them opportunities when we have overloads, certainly with the players that we've got.
We got in some great positions and couldn't get a shot off, and we've not tested their goalkeeper enough.
Achiman, big deflection. Colorado clears.
We were throwing bodies on the line, but we just couldn't quite regroup, and I don't think we maintained the ball well enough, and just to settle it down. And again, that's what's cost us the result.
Now Colorado
Fernandez coming down the left flank, across to the middle. Mahalovic a shot, they score!
We've sort of lost our way a bit, and they've scored quickly again, like we've done to teams in the past, and the game's gone away from you.
Moving it ahead, Navajo battling. Navajo goes down. It's a penalty. Mihailovic and Kalita. It's 2-0 Rapids.
I thought our first touch at times let us down. There was poor passes, and it was very unlike us. It was an untidy performance.
That's what's cost us the result at the end of the day.
That is full time as Colorado closes out a 2-0 win on their home field. It'll be a long flight back home for Charlotte.
We can't go from doing what we're doing all season and then come here and put in a performance like that. We need to take ownership of it and get back to work Monday and put things right next week.